How could a merciful God condemn for eternity, they put in quotes, those whose ideas are different? Couldn't God have created us all to believe in and obey God's one and only religion?
Well, we cannot begin to tell you the number of false premises that are within that question.
I was afraid of that. Shall we jump that one? Or you want to comment further?
Man has come upon a variety of opinions of what he thinks God is, all of which are inaccurate. And so, the most flawed thing with that question is the idea that man should come to one religion, or to one opinion, or to one conclusion. That, above all other things, flies in the face of the diversity that is necessary for the expansion of this universe, you see. If you were all thinking the same, there would be no expansion. And so, we would say that that which you are calling God would never be excited about limiting thought, because that would lead toward endedness, and that will never be. So the idea that there are many different perspectives from which to approach life is a very healthy idea. What is troubling is the never-ending struggle over whose idea is the best idea.
Right.
That's like saying there should only be one food to eat. What is the harm in the variety?
Well, that would lead into the next question. In other words, someone had asked, why doesn't everyone believe in one God? In other words, how did we get off to so many different gods?
Because man has created God in his own image, and there are many different images.
And we're all different. Why, in spite of the thou shalt not kill commandment, do so many people kill over who has the right religion?
Because most who say thou shalt not do anything mean everyone but them.
So that's true. I guess that's it, huh? Do you see cruelty and killing as wrong, like other than in self-defense?
We don't see it as wrong, but every time we've seen it, it has come from one who was very disconnected from who they really are. Those killers are asking for soothing that they almost never get, which makes them kill more. Think about those who kill in your society. Who are they? They're always disconnected, whether they are your president, who usually does not do his own killing, but orders it.
Right.
Or they are those who feel they are without choice. Or they are those who are doing it in the name of righteousness. That is the biggest group. Or they are those backed into a corner where they believe that they are fighting for their own preservation.
The self-defense concept.
But without exception, it is all from a vulnerable place of disconnection.
Let's see, the next question. Can I erase the bad things I've done from the judgment book, they said, and start all over?
No need. No such book exists.
What's the difference between spirituality and religion? How would you define the two? Or would you?
Well, if you were asking us to explain back to you your own words, because these are all man's coining of words, we would say that for the most part, spirituality speaks of your connection with Source, while religion is more regimenting you. It is never fair to form one blanket, because different people mean different things when they use the words. But for the most part, religion speaks to the guiding self from outside judgment, while spirituality speaks from guiding self from within. Now, that's not always true with either of those, but that is predominantly the difference that we feel when we hear humans use the words.
Thank you. This one asks, when without religion, how would we know how to get to heaven? In other words, if we didn't have that guide to tell us how to get there.
Without any guidance whatsoever, it is the only place for you to go. There is no other place to go.
Here's a pretty common
The only
I'm sorry, go ahead.
distortion of heaven happens in physical form as man is self-condemning or condemning of others. In other words, heaven would be your experience no matter which dimension you are focused within, unless you are pushing against something not wanted and including that in your vibration and then holding yourself apart from that which is naturally well-being. When you die, you distract yourself, you withdraw yourself from any vibration that causes you to resist that which you mean is heaven, and you are automatically there. So any distortion or distraction from that which is heavenly by your words happens in human form and only while you're alive in the physical body.
Gotcha. Thank you. Is God really listening when I pray?
Everything you ask for is received fully and answered wholly. A bigger question is, are you hearing the answer? That's why we teach the art of allowing. Because you pray, that which you are calling God answers every single time. The only thing in question is, are you letting the answer in?
Okay, that which I'm calling God, and that's the next question here. Who and what is God?
Well, we do not use the word except when we are referencing back a word you have used, because it means so many different things to so many different people. But from what we believe you mean when you say God, it is an ever-expanding consciousness of well-being that is aware of all that is at the heart or root or source of all that is, perfect in every way and becoming more in every moment, timeless, eternal, endless, only love.
A lot of these were questions I had as a teenager too. This one kind of shocked me because I had never heard anyone else ask it, and that was, who or what created the original God?
Man created the original God by concluding an intelligence that was superior to him. In other words, that which you call God is man's distortion. What God is today is just more of what God was to begin with, which is consciousness of well-being. It just gets more as that which you call time goes on.
You use the term, and this teenager says, regarding who I really am, in quotes. Who am I?
You are an extension of perfection. You are liquid love. You are that which is God expressed in a physical body. You are joy-seeking being. You are eternal. You are well-being personified. You are experience in the making. You are eternity in the becoming. You are leading-edge thinker, which is benefiting all that is enormously. You are the closest thing to God we have ever acknowledged.
Then why is it then often I'm not happy?
Because you don't know that. You do not know how wonderful you are. And in your picking around in yourself looking for flaws at the hope of improving yourself, you achieve a vibration that does not allow you to allow you.
Thank you. And the final question was, if God could change one thing about today's society, and if you were God, what would it be?
There is an assumption there that there are flaws that need to be fixed. And from our perspective, there are no flaws that need to be fixed. Of course, it is our desire that humans love themselves more and allow more of their natural joy to flow, but we would not fix that in them if we could, because that would be a distortion of the laws of the universe. That would imply assertion, and there is no such thing as assertion. It is our desire that you live in love and in joy, and it is our knowing that that is who you really are, and we do not worry if in this time-space reality you temporarily distort yourself from that, because we know you cannot help but return to it. And so we see this earth experience as an opportunity for expansion, and we know that you cannot get it wrong and that you never get it done. And so from our perspective, this is a perfect time-space reality, and we would not change a thing.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.